Welcome to The Real Discussion. Today we're going to talk about what you should disclose and what you shouldn't disclose when dating someone, and why disclosing too much may be the reason you keep getting played.
So, Damien, I just started the dating process, and I'd like your opinion on what are some of the things that I shouldn't disclose to the new guys that I'm seeing.
Okay. Well, one of the things that comes to mind when you ask that is, I've noticed with most women and even myself, when I'm dating someone, one of the very first things women do is they talk about their ex, as far as, how long it's been since they've been split, or, what the relationship was like, blah, 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 right? And a lot of times, a guy will even ask, so what happened between you two? Why didn't you guys work out, and then the woman naively will tell him, oh, because he was a cheat, oh, he did this or he did that. But that's something you shouldn't disclose to a man. And this is why. Because what happens is, as a man, I already know 9 times out of 10, the last relationship you was in is somehow related to infidelity. And so when you communicate that to me, you're just letting me know, okay, so your last boyfriend cheated on you, and you just told me that you were with him for 2 years or 3 years or 6 months, right? So that's letting me know that he was running around on you the entire 2 years you guys were together, and you accepted it, right? And so now that I know that you accept it, that lets me know that I can get away with doing that same exact thing. However, I'm just going to be a little bit more clever than the ex, because with him, you had, probably a kid invested, or, maybe history together. You don't have any of that with me, right? So if I cheat, hell, you'll just dump me like a bad habit, right? So I have to at least keep under the radar for a certain period of time before I can expose that side of me to you, right? Or you eventually find out. So with that being said, you don't want to let the new guy know that you were cheated on. Just keep that off the table. Just tell him, because of other reasons. Maybe because there was a lack of trust there, or maybe because, I don't know, just anything but that. Okay? Because, again, there's a possibility that the guy that you're engaging in a relationship, not all men cheat, right? But most of us do. But the guy that you're engaging in a relationship, there could be some possibilities that you can take that man and keep him from cheating on you, right? But you have to set the stage for that, to where you guys can communicate about that. And I know the whole thing is, well, if a man cheats, I don't want to be with him, blah, 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 blah. But 9 out of every 10 men cheat, Or no, I'm sorry, that's not a right number. I would say, 9,995 men out of every 10,000 men cheat, right? So
at some point, huh?
Yeah, at some point, right? You got different levels of cheats. Like some guys will cheat if it's thrown at them. Some guys will only cheat every 6 to 12 months. Some guys will only cheat if you do something, or you break their trust, or you upset them, or whatever it may be, right? So there's different reasons why men cheat, but the average guy does cheat. So you don't want to just bounce around to different men trying to find that man that doesn't cheat, right? Because then you'll find yourself with a track record of going through 20 different dudes, right?
Yeah.
And still not having the man of your dreams, okay? So you don't want to do that. You want to take what you can get, as long as they have the right qualities, and you figure out how to manipulate that man, or alter that man, work with that man to create the type of environment that you want, which is a faithful man. Because all men are capable of being faithful.
Yeah.
It's just you have to learn how to handle their asses. And in a sense, which I'll talk more about in other videos, but basically you have to mind fuck men. You have to mind fuck us. Because if you don't mind fuck us, we're going to do what we're born to do, which is cheat. And I know that's the word that no one likes, but to us, it's not really cheating. You see, to you, it's cheating, but to me, it's not cheating. To me, it's just doing what is in me. I'm wired to do this. You see, you're not wired to do that.
Yeah.
But I am. It's built in me. It's even when you look at the animal kingdom, look at like lions.
Yeah.
They have their flock, right? Or we call them their pride, right? They could have as much as, as many as 40 different lions in their pride. And they're sleeping with all of them, right? And then they go out and they prey on other, lions as well that aren't even a part of the pride, 2 and 3 miles away from there, right? So, so anyway, I'm doing what's wired, and I'm not making excuses for men, but I'm just saying this is how God created us.
Mm-hmm.
And then either you understand that and you learn how to change that, or 2, don't engage in a relationship. But you weren't created to be alone either, though, right?
Yeah.
So you figure out how to take these 2 components and make them work. So in a nutshell, don't disclose too much information with the person you're dating about your past relationships, your vulnerabilities, your infidelity, things that you've experienced. Just be cautious of that, because really it doesn't matter what happened 3 weeks ago, 6 months ago with your ex. That's really none of his business. Okay. And another thing is, you want to make your record look as clean as possible. You don't want to admit that there's a lot of tarnish on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because with some guys are real funny about that, right? You could be dating a guy and he's really into you, then you go to tell him, oh, this happened to me. And, in a past relationship, I had this, I was abused, a guy I used to date, he was abusive and so forth. So now he's thinking like, okay, so you allow that dude to get away with doing that to you and treating you that kind of way, and you want to engage me in a real relationship? No, I mean, you don't even value yourself. So no, I'm not gonna engage in a relationship. You're not the type of woman I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. And that's not fair to him to judge you off of a mistake you made 2, 3, 4, even longer years ago, right? So it's not fair, but that's how some guys are, right? And so it's just best not to enclose that information, right? Mm-hmm. Hook his ass in, and then once you hook his ass in, then you're gonna be like, okay, this is what it is, right?
Love it.
I mean, provided he's a good man, he's got all the qualities. If he's got all the qualities you're looking for, or most of them.
So be a little cautious, hold some things close to the vest, and then open up as things progress. I love it. Thanks for keeping it real.